Some of us doubt about global warming. Let's examine the Hurricane Dorian that just pounded a world-famous tourist destination called Bahamas. I have had customers coming from these islands when I was in the apparel business some years ago, and my heart goes to them. Millions of lives have been devastated. The total loss is far from estimation at this point. Let's look at some known facts. The hurricane, this hurricane was much bigger in size. फैलाव में बहुत बड़ा था. And therefore more deadly. It had more water in it. Another fact, we know that warm waters fuel hurricanes. गर्म टेम्परेचर से हरिकेन्स की गति बढ़ जाती है, स्पीड बढ़ जाती है, सस्टेन्ड विंड्स बढ़ जाती हैं. And this hurricane was strengthened by water well above average temperatures. Well, do we need any proof that temperatures were higher in many European nations this past summer? Let's not get in the cause of this. Let's not get into discussion of what is causing it, but let's just understand what is out there, what is the outcome, and try finding solutions of a fast approaching, devastating issue in our lives. The fearful stuff is that this is just the beginning. और अगर हम सोए रहे तो हमारे ड्रीम डेस्टिनेशंस and ये beautiful coastal cities technically will be underwater, and their landscape will change forever. So one fact that we already know is proving to be true, that higher temperatures will turn our cities into jalthal. They'll be flooded, especially the cities which are close on the coastal areas. The Hurricane Dorian was one of the strongest land-falling storm ever recorded in the Atlantic, with the strongest sustained peak winds. Sustained winds का मतलब है हवा की गति लंबे समय तक एक ही स्थान पर खड़ी रहती है, यानी कि 3 घंटे हवा चली और वो 115 स्पीड से चलती रही. आमतौर पे हरिकेन्स में स्पीड पहले ज़्यादा होती है और ज्यों-ज्यों टाइम बीतता जाता है स्पीड कम हो जाती है, बट इस हरिकेन में क्या हुआ, सस्टेन्ड विंड्स रही. Last year also on October 5th, the Florida had a category 5 hurricane, if you remember. Now the fact, we cannot deny that Dorian was strengthened because of warmer temperatures. On our last 150 years of dumping carbon pollution in the atmosphere. तो कहने का मतलब 150 साल जो हमने तरह तरह के एक्सपेरिमेंट करके अपने को तेज चलाने के लिए कार्बन का यूज़ किया है, कार्बन से पोल्यूट कर दिया है इस एटमॉस्फेयर को पिछले 150 साल में इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन आने के बाद, उससे टेम्परेचर्स और भी अधिक गर्म हो गए और फलस्वरूप पानी भी गर्म हो गया. एंड उसकी वजह से जो हरिकेन्स स्ट्रॉन्गर, हैवियर, वेटर होंगे और उनकी स्पीड भी सस्टेन्ड, यानी कि उनकी गति जो है वो कांस्टेंट रहेगी. डेवस्टेशन will inevitably happen. And the horrifying thing is, this is just the beginning according to the scientific community. Where Dorian formed and strengthened, the sea surface temperatures were much warmer than they were before we started burning all the fuel, especially the fossil fuel. तो आज से 150 साल पहले जहां से ये स्टॉर्म शुरू हुआ वहां पे टेम्परेचर्स इतना गर्म नहीं था. The question is, what is one sea warming and efforts and effects of it? Roughly there is 7% increase in sustained winds speed of a hurricane. That means destructive potential that will correspond to 25-3% increase in the wind damage. तो 1C वार्मिंग अगर बड़ी है तो उसका इफेक्ट है, इट विल कॉरस्पॉन्ड, उसका भाव ये है कि 23% विंड की स्पीड में इजाफा होगा, गति तेज होगी. इन बहामास the wind damage is heartbreaking to witness. The scene of the wind damage is just mind-blowing. सब कुछ उड़ गया मानो. President Trump cancelled his visit to Poland, if you remember, and there was talk about even to nuke this devastating hurricane over and above the ocean, which was ruled out, as the power of this hurricane frightened the analyst. Thank God it didn't directly hit Florida. We were so lucky. Otherwise, it would be flooding all over and for next many weeks and months, devastating lives, businesses of citizens. Another fact, the warmer air gets the moisture, and that it can hold, and that will turn into flooding rains. So गर्म पानी से हवाएं ही सस्टेन नहीं होती. एक hurricane can get more moisture. Another fact, the warmer air has melted glaciers, and that water has simply gone into the ocean. और जाएगा भी कहाँ? So the extra water in the sea, along with the expansion of water as it is warmed, means that sea levels have already been raised, and they are rising. And therefore, a hurricane will dump more water on land when it hits the land, devastating. And sustained winds will further push the water inland. Extra water on land will kill people. In this case, 20+ feet of storm surge and torrential rains is enough to destruct our normal lives in a huge manner. The water also did ramp up the storm quickly. If you remember, it was a moderate category 2, and it changed to extremely dangerous category 5 over just 2 days of time. The Hurricane Dorian is the 4th category 5 storm to hit in just last 4 years. These storms will linger on now more than ever, which means extra flooding on of the water piling up in our streets, in the cities around the sea as well as inland. The theory that climate change is changing the jet stream in ways that would lead to stalling storms is growing increasingly convincing. It is becoming more convincing. The jet streams in a way that would lead to stalling storms वहीं खड़े रहेंगे. So when we combine all the above factors as it has in the Dorian, in this current hurricane, it becomes, and it feels like a nightmare scenario, and a preview and a trailer of this horrible movie to appear in form of climate crisis scares administrations around as well as citizens. We need to have the foresight to handle. Or you think we are already cooked? This is $1 million question. We all need to look into it, and we all need to do our job to cool the temperatures around us by using less electricity, less fossil fuel, less burning of our pastures, jungles, forests, paddies, and creating less pollution as much as we can. Thank you very much for your time.